Alrighty guys, welcome back. So as you guys seen, pretty much honestly I was just getting work done to the car. I wasn't even going to talk, but I figured I'd give you guys an update, talk to you guys, let you know exactly what's going on, and just give you guys an update. So as you guys seen from the last video, I ended up working over the weekend and just getting a lot of the stuff done, such as a lot of the window trims, putting the windows in, making sure they were all wired up, and making sure everything would work on the car. So that was my main concentration this weekend, which is where I capped off the last video of getting that done. And as you guys seen right now, I started off basically today, the next day, I honestly just putting all the door seals on the car because they didn't have them on there either. When I went to the meet and I had the car ready for it, it didn't have a lot of those seals on it. I was trying to figure out which ones went to which ones. I was waiting for new ones to arrive, but unfortunately new ones are very expensive. So I figured I might as well just rock these and replace them once the other ones come later on, because again, these are still very good condition still. They need a little bit of cleaning, but nothing really major, you get what I'm saying? So I figured let's throw them on, let's get it all buttoned up as far as all the doors. And I also ended up going to a gentleman's house that was parting out a car up here in Rialto, California. He had a sedan that he was parting out, and I grabbed a lot of stuff inside of the car. I took a lot of the trims. I took another armrest because I need to paint match this one so that way it would fit. So I ended up grabbing the seals. I grabbed those. I grabbed some extra mirrors. I grabbed some wiring harness just to make sure that we had them. I ended up grabbing a mirror cover that was on there, which is a Smugen or a Mugen, but again, I don't know if it's legit or whatever, but it was a carbon fiber one. I grabbed it. Little stuff that I needed. I ended up needing the handles for the roof for the headliner, so I also got that. The only thing the car did not have was the sunroof visors, so these are the handles that I was talking about. And I also needed these clips because I didn't have them. I don't know what happened to them, but now we have them. So the only thing I'm searching for right now is the sunroof visors, the ones that fold up and down. I'm still waiting for the gentleman to come do the headliner. So pretty much the whole sunroof is all mocked in, mounted. That's the way we're gonna rock it, and that's the way we're gonna leave it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and utilize it the way it is and not open it, because again, it is aftermarket and it honestly does suck. Aside from that, you guys also seen me pretty much remove the bumper, and what I ended up doing was honestly I swapped out the grille. A homie of mine in San Diego, Keith, he's very well known in San Diego. He has a white EK sedan, K-swapped also. He had this EDM grill, big H1 for the 96-98, same one that I had on the car previous, just this one was mint. My last one wasn't mint, which is why I decided to go ahead and swap it out and put a newer one on that looked very clean. I'm still in the hunt for some brand newish headlights, 96, 98 models. So if any of you guys have that, let me know. For a decent price, I will grab them from you, but they got to be at a good price. Again, I'm not saying cheap, just a good price. The car is going to be rocked temporarily with no kit. The kit is only going to be used for meets and so on and so forth. I might just utilize the front lip but that's pretty much how it's going to be. So what I want to concentrate on now that I did all that, now that the interior is pretty much finalized on the all-wheel drive VK sedan, is I want to start working on the trunk setup. I have this carpet here. I need to trace it out. I have a piece of wood here, so I'm going to go ahead and mock all that up here. I'm going to need my bodywork horse from the side that we used to use when we were doing all the bodywork to the doors, and so I thought we can get this traced out and get it all cut up so we can get it into the car, and also get the piece of wood wrapped, and that way it will flow better in the trunk, because right now the trunk has nothing in it. Alrighty guys, so what I'm going to end up doing is I'm not going to trace it with a marker. What I want to do is pretty much spray paint it and make the template. I guess you can say make the lining of it. I'm going to try it that way, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well, we're going to go ahead and just go for it. I'm going to try to trim it straighter because these cuts right here are not 100% straight. I'm being honest. So I'm going to go ahead and push down on it, spray paint it. That way it leaves kind of the outline of everything, and then cut it out with my jigsaw after, so that we can see if it'll work pretty much. I am probably going to cut it a little bit shorter than this, just because it does kind of interfere, because it is going to be thicker, so it's going to interfere with the back of the seat most likely. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you guys after I get it cut, and that way we can get it test fitted into the back of the car. Alrighty guys, so came in here to test fit it, and I need to do some more cutting. My template was not good, so yeah, I need to cut here. I also need to cut over there and make it a lot in more from the edges here and on the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace it and kind of make this as straight as possible so that I can come from here and basically trace all this out. Cut, I'm gonna mark actually from here, and then we'll mark it over here. So that's marked, and then I know I need to bring it in at least up to here, and then we'll do the same, basically coming from this section right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace it all the way around, mark it up, and we gotta cut again. Alrighty guys, so I took a little lunch break because I didn't want to get a headache, but I did manage to finish up pretty much the template of the bottom. So the way this is going to be on mine is because it won't fit as one piece. Mine has to go into two pieces basically and cut down, right? So I did make mine to where if I lift it up, it'll bend down. I put those brackets on the bottom, the hinges, so that way it would be able to slide in. They're going to be wrapped individually. So now what I'm thinking about doing is adding this fabric here. It's not brown, it's actually like a suede on top. So I'm going to put this on it and staple the bottom, and then I was thinking about adding this padding here, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough of it just to give it that little cushion. But it should be fine for now. Like I said, this is just temporarily the piece that I want, because I do really want to make this again, just because there is a little bit of problems with it, right? Such as the cuts right here for where the tank is at. It should have went in a little bit more so you can hug it, which is fine. I'm just going to leave extra material. I'm not really going to cut it. I'm going to go ahead and try to make it as much as inside. Try to force the tank, force this around the tank, and then that way it'll sit and it'll have that gap coverage with the material on it. So what I'm going to be using is this adhesion promoter. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to this, let it sit, and then I'm going to put it onto the back of that. Once we get this general shape, I'm going to go ahead and remove this section here and then get it pretty much all bolted up. And I'll show you guys pretty much the outcome of everything on how it all looks inside the tank or inside the trunk once it's all done, guys. So stay tuned. Well, guys, here it is. This is what it looks like. It's already bolted down right here with the hinge, so it's going to be on there. It's a little loose, which is how I wanted it, just so it can flex. It's going to fall down when I put it in, so no diddy. But anyways, this is the way it's going to be, and I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. Again, I might end up redoing this with a little tighter fitment of it, but I'm still overall happy with it. Again, I'm not a carpenter, so I may do with what I had, and that way it looks better in the trunk. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this put inside the trunk and see how it looks. Alrighty guys, so rear section is put in. It's going to be kind of hard to see because of the light transition, but there you guys go. You guys can see now how much and how better it looks with that whole section in there, the bottom plate or the bottom piece of wood covering everything up. It honestly looks very dope. I'm very proud of myself the way it came out. Again, you know, this is where I left the little flat pads to cover that hardware right there. I did order new G development hardware, so that's going to get swapped out because again the rest of the car is G development. Next thing on the list on the next video is probably just to go ahead and readdress these wiring here, because there is a feed pump and then there's also a surge tank pump to feed the surge tank. I also ordered a fuel level sender unit, so that should be coming from Summit. It's cheaper than all the other ones, so I'm just waiting for that to arrive so we can get that wired up, and that way the cluster will read how much fuel we have. But pretty much guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. So as I stated guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, at least seeing that I made a trunk cover. We at least got the seals done. I forgot what else we ended up doing today. Swapping out the big H grill. It's little stuff that just took a lot of time. I'm making sure that I don't scratch the car and make sure that everything aligns perfectly well, because I don't want to have mismatched gaps, or at least that big of a noticeable gap, right? With all the effort and all the money that I put into this car. But again, putting in that rear section for the trunk area just makes it look so much more complete. I'm extremely happy with myself. I'm not gonna lie, I'm proud. I'm not a carpenter by no means, no upholstery, no none of that, and it actually came out pretty good. So again, I will give myself a little bit of credit on it and not knock myself too hard on it. But pretty much guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys did, please smash the like button, subscribe, let me know what you guys think, because again, within maybe another week or so, the all-wheel drive EK should be able to get onto the dyno, hopefully if Armin has enough time. So with that being said guys, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Till next time.